Imagine a groundbreaking moment where two nations, separated by vast oceans, come together to shape a brighter shared destiny. India and Africa, forging bonds that could redefine global partnerships. But here's where it gets intriguing. This isn't just about diplomacy. It's a bold step toward mutual empowerment in a world hungry for sustainable progress. President Droupadi Murmu's official trip to Botswana in November 2025 stands as a pivotal chapter in this unfolding story, signaling New Delhi's intensified focus on African ties through the lens of the India-Africa Forum Summit, IAFS. As we approach the 60th year of their diplomatic relationship in 2026, this visit blends deep symbolism with practical strategy, highlighting India's dedication to boosting trade, sharing cutting-edge technology, fostering skills growth, and promoting eco-friendly development across the continent. A historic encounter. President Murmu touched down in Gaborone on November 11th, flanked by key Indian officials including Minister of State for Jal Shakti and Railways V. Samana, and parliamentarians P. Vasva and D. K. Aruna. She received a heartfelt welcome from Botswana's President Duma Gideon Boko, who affectionately called India the mother of democracy and a steadfast ally in his nation's journey toward stability and growth. This marked Botswana's inaugural state reception under President Boko, a clear indicator of his eagerness to deepen connections with India. Dive deeper with more from Opinion. The leaders engaged in extensive discussions spanning commerce, investments, farming, clean energy sources, healthcare, learning opportunities, military affairs, and digital advancements. They both endorsed common democratic principles and a drive toward equitable prosperity. President Murmu stressed the importance of syncing efforts with Africa's Agenda 2063 and India's ambitious Viksit Bharat 2047 blueprint, which aims to make India a developed nation by that year through innovation and inclusivity. Boosting trade and economic ties. India stands out as one of Botswana's leading trade allies, with annual commerce reaching roughly $500 million, largely fueled by the glitter of diamonds. India sources uncut gems from Botswana, refines them in bustling centers like Surat, and ships them to markets worldwide. The president's pledge to enhance teamwork in mining, refining, and adding value to these precious stones, helping Botswana capture more benefits from the later stages of the diamond industry's supply chain. For instance, think of how a raw diamond transforms into a sparkling jewel. By collaborating more closely, Botswana could build its own polishing facilities, creating jobs and wealth locally. Building on the Second India-Africa Forum Summit, IAFS2, in 2011, India had proposed setting up a diamond-cutting center in Botswana, an idea that's still ripe for exploration and could inspire similar ventures in other African countries. Indian enterprises already play a vital role in Botswana's pharmaceutical, information and communication technology, ICT, construction, and educational fields. President Murmu extended an open invitation to Botswana's entrepreneurs to join forces in green energy, resource extraction, and digital breakthroughs, where India's know-how could bring transformative changes, like solar power projects that light up villages or apps that streamline government services. As part of the Southern African Customs Union, SACU, Botswana's market of about 2.6 million people opens doors for Indian businesses to tap into the wider Southern African economy, potentially leading to more exports and shared economic gains. A standout achievement was the Pact on Pharmacopoeia collaboration, which will make high-quality, budget-friendly Indian drugs more accessible in Botswana. India also committed to providing antiretroviral, ARV medications upon Botswana's request, cementing India's reputation as the pharmacy of the Global South, a lifeline for nations battling health challenges. This is especially crucial in Botswana, where around 20% of the working-age population lives with HIV, underscoring how such partnerships can save lives and build healthier communities. That said, while India has provided aid for medical and relief efforts, Botswana hasn't yet utilized India's lines of credit locks due to its upper-middle-income status, with a GDP per capita hovering around $7,700 in 2024, making low-interest loans less applicable. Still, commerce and private sector alliances remain the backbone of their relationship, driving forward without relying solely on grants. Skill development, the foundation of their alliance. Building institutional strengths is at the heart of India-Botswana collaboration. India's programs in education and training have visibly strengthened Botswana's workforce. Scholarships from the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, are highly sought after. In the 2024-25 academic year, 54 Botswana students were chosen from a pool of 500 hopefuls. Over the last 10 years, more than 1,300 individuals have gained from various scholarships and training through the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation, ITEC, ICCR, IAFS, and agriculture initiatives, equipping them with skills that power everything from farming innovations to tech advancements. Since 2010, 11 Botswana researchers have benefited from the C.V. Raman International Fellowship for Science and Technology, allowing them to conduct cutting-edge studies in India. These exchanges not only broaden Botswana's scientific horizons but also nurture cross-cultural friendships and shared knowledge. Moreover, Indian companies actively create jobs and enhance skills in Botswana. Key areas of investment include finance, road building, and gem polishing, all aligning with Botswana's Vision 2036 strategy for long-term growth. Many Indian firms run local training programs, which helps position India as a true collaborator in development, not just a buyer or seller. In her speech to Botswana's National Assembly, President Murmu pointed out that these human connections are the true engine behind their lasting friendship. The growing ties in education, professions, and culture ensure the partnership stays focused on people, making it durable and meaningful. Project Cheetah, a testament to joint environmental stewardship. One thrilling highlight of the trip was the ceremonial transfer of cheetahs from Botswana to India via Project Cheetah. Held at the Mokolodi Nature Reserve near Gaborone, the event, witnessed by both presidents, saw the release of 8 cheetahs before their journey to India's Kuno National Park. These magnificent animals, hailing from Botswana's Ganzi region, add to the cheetahs previously brought in from Namibia and South Africa. This initiative beautifully illustrates their collective environmental dedication, with Botswana aiding India's mission to reintroduce a species that vanished from its native lands over 70 years ago. President Murmu described it as embodying the collaborative spirit between their countries. And this is the part most people miss. Beyond saving wildlife, it represents a unified approach to protecting biodiversity and pursuing sustainable growth, potentially inspiring similar conservation efforts in other parts of Africa and Asia. Democracy, progress, and common ideals. During her parliamentary address in Botswana, President Murmu praised the nation as a stellar model of democracy, ethical governance, and strong leadership. Botswana's history of peace, stability, and economic achievements mirrors India's own democratic journey. For beginners, think of Botswana as a beacon in Africa. Its voluntary review under the African Peer Review Mechanism in 2019 and former President Festus Mogai's Mo Ibrahim Prize in 2008 highlight its commitment to transparency and accountability. The country has held free elections consistently, ensuring peaceful power shifts. President Murmu also appreciated Botswana's backing for reforms in the UN Security Council and the inclusion of the African Union in the G20, which India successfully championed during its 2023 presidency. These overlapping democratic and international goals fortify their ties within the global South, creating a united front on global issues. A bond built on people. Botswana is home to roughly 10,000 Indians, who act as vibrant links between the two countries. Active in commerce, medicine, and teaching, they boost Botswana's economy and represent India's human presence on the continent. In her meeting with them, President Murmu recognized their efforts as living ambassadors of India. Cultural swaps and diaspora involvement further enhance India's soft influence in Africa, blending seamlessly with its aid programs and business activities. Envisioning the future. President Murmu's Botswana sojourn blends strategic importance with heartfelt warmth. It solidifies a relationship based on mutual democratic principles, human advancement, and respect. By broadening teamwork in commerce, health, education, and wildlife protection, it establishes a new standard for India-Botswana ties. As they gear up for the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations in 2026, their partnership is ready to become a blueprint for South-South cooperation, merging India's development expertise with Botswana's governance prowess. In unity, They affirm a dream of a harmonious,